Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PODI-CAST, coming at you straight from News Cafe, right here in Mo Village by Monduo, okay? If you've been to the University of Botswana, you know what this is where a thing. Because we were of age at the time as well. But yeah, this is where we're at. We've been here for a couple of weeks now. And they've been treating us very, very well. They got a brand new drinks menu. They got a brand new food menu. We've already ordered our food with our guests here. Our food will be coming through a bit later on, so you guys will get to check out some of the things that we got here. Another really fun fact about News Cafe, they have a rush hour that happens between 2 o'clock and 6 p.m. every single day. You can get any one of their amazing cocktails. Like I said, if you were at the UB, if you were at BAC, you do know. Like, this is where the best cocktails are at. They've added a bunch of other ones. Your Long Island iced teas, cosmopolitans, your mojitos, your watermelon sugars, all of them. Your strawberry daiquiris. Come through. It's News Cafe, man. A brand new menu, brand new spacing, as you can see. But this is not only why we're here. And, shout out to team agencies as well. That's what we're having. We're having ourselves some biscuit douche. Hennessy, dog. Just step up your life. You know what I mean? It's cognac and it tastes very, very nice. It's very affordable. You can get it from all these Safalana shops, Le Coramas, and most importantly, right here, News Cafe. They have it as well. Okay, so team agencies, you can hit them up if you want it in bulk. First of all, this man that's in the industry, and at the time it was like, all right, if you're on this hip-hop side, you think you're cool because you're playing on Yarn FM, industry side in where people were making money, all right? And like me and Mampizi, as we were growing up, that's the side we wanted to be on, not the side where, hey, reboning, we're cool. No. We wanted to be where the money was, and this is where we saw a lot of where our brother here was at, alongside Bo Franco, alongside Bonobo Jeff Matata, alongside a lot of really, really big names. He's going to tell us the story himself. He's not only a musician, he's also a horsey. Hey. Says that he's balancing both these hats while he does music, and he's been doing it for over close to 30 years now. Ladies and gentlemen, in the house, birth name Hopadileng Shobua Hopadileng, aka Astley.
Yes.
What's up, big
Alright, I'm alright, man. How's it?
Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Yeah, after chasing me a bit, I've been avoiding you, eh?
I know. Happy, you know what's crazy about it is that
exactly.
Yeah, like what is Nkwapiri Mogodisani to you?
Nkwapiri Mogodisani is where my producer is based, Bullet Ketabile.
Okay.
So that's my hood, most likely around town. That's why I hang around.
Okay.
Or idea because you don't write songs.
Yes, sir.
We dream.
Definitely. Yeah. That's what's important. So, you work with a lot. Since how long have you been working with Bullet?
I've been working with Bullet Kesabile for the past 20 years now.
Damn!
Because when it started with Lebasho, that's when I met him playing keyboards. Then I took him to Pretoria, Sunshine Studios. That's where we did Sebakanyana, the killer hit.
Yes, sir.
Which is still rocking up to now.
To this day. And it came out in like 2008?
2008.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But we have to start from the beginning because a lot of history, our greats is not that documented. I mean, you're one of the people who started early in the 2000s. I want to start with the story behind the name Astley Gops, because we see one of Gops probably came from Hopadile. Yeah. So where did it come from?
If you look back to the lives of Rick Astley, too much into R&B.
Okay.
Then I changed to dance hall.
Okay.
After dance hall, I fall in love with Afro-pop, which I call my Afro-pop. Because I'll tell you one thing, each and every artist has an idol or somebody that you admire.
Yes, sir.
But when I grew up, I was listening too much to my uncle, Speech Madimabi. And I said, this old man, I've never seen him holding a pen. He never went to school.
Yeah.
Only difference that this guy, when he thinks of something, when he sees a man in front of him, he creates a song.
Yes, sir.
And then I adopted that. That's my creativity. When I get into a situation, I come up with a song from that. Hagi to Metsi, I come with a song of happiness. Hagi that song comes in automatically. It's
Yes,
something
sir.
spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an apostle, don't forget that.
No, I feel that. But then how does that connect to you growing up in Letlhakeng? I mean, who were you looking at? And this is back in the day. And this is one thing that I'm always like, I'll be looking at you and also Kimang happen, MC Maso. And it's like, you guys, I don't know how people will not believe you're in your 50s.
Yeah.
So in Letlhakeng, who are you in the 70s looking at, or this could be the line that I want to get into?
Let me be honest. I don't know how old you were by then when Lazarus Kagari took over. I was listening to Steve Kikana, Lazarus Kagodi, the likes of Bo Socks, Wamana Socks, all the disco.
Okay. All right.
Wale Japer.
Okay.
Those are the guys I was listening to because I was more into vocals before the instruments. Because for me, even now, when I get into a show, I convince people with a cappellas first to see if these people are with me. Do they sing along? Do they know who is Astley Gops?
Yes, sir.
Because when you play a song right away, instrumental people will dance. But I believe in convincing people first, so that they know who I am. I'm very good with a cappella. That's my weapon. That's my secret.
That's how you start your set off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always a hard way to start a set.
That's why I don't know. I don't remember holding a pen and writing a song. No.
Yeah.
When something comes, I rock.
So, what are your earliest memories when it comes to performing in front of people? And did you go to school there?
No, actually I did start 1 and 3, Koletlhakeng Primary School. Then I moved to Francistown and I stayed with my uncle there. 1981, I was the lead vocalist at Boys Choir, Konyangao. I was doing the Peanuts of Black Mambazo. Some people took a thought. Even some people took right now. The old man, the late.
Yes, sir.
And then I moved from Yangago to Stalokhosi Junior School. I took a break there. When I arrived at FSS, Kira Form 3, that's when I built a choir of 8 guys. Assemblies and guys, the short guys always prefer to stay behind. You know very well. But on Thursdays I was doing the boys choir issue. They will fight to stay in front. And the question was, guys, from Monday to Wednesday you are behind. Why are you pushing to be in front? But no, today is the day. And then by then we about TCE, Toronto College of Education. We're competing with such kind of choirs. Imagine those guys were professional. But we do music, staff notation and stuff. But Torona, we're doing it raw. I was the lead vocalist by then, under the influence of the man called Mr. Bohosi. He's from Seruwe. He's one of the best music conductors in Botswana. Up to date.
So you were able to, how was the school kahana? I get it. That's what we usually ask on the show. Kana sound de khona gore go tse, especially la simolla go nna star mo musgeling, but ba khona gore ba khotle is girl kahana. Were you able to balance both, or both ba ke blow ya no?
No, I'll be very honest. I'll be very honest, and I like that question because sometimes you need to be honest and straight to the point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Na blow and sharp and blow and sharp to an extent that I decided, nay. What was like, and when you target Zaka, you tend to forget the book.
Yes, sir.
It affected me a lot.
Yes, sir.
That is why when I finished my school, my Cambridge, I decided to go for a course again at vocal skills. Because I realized, sometimes you have to be honest, Ska. God can give you the book, and sometimes God can give you a talent whereby you can survive from.
Definitely.
And since then, Abigail, cutting the story short.
Yes, sir.
Abigail, music is what I'm called for.
Yes, sir.
Let me try and do my best. That's when I met the likes of Dargie, Robert Dargie from Uganda.
How did you meet?
I'll tell you one thing. That guy, when he arrived, he was a small boy. You are too big. He was skinny. By then I was very skinny. You remember?
Yes, sir.
I
remember back in the day.
But now this guy, the Parliamentat. When Dargie arrived in Botswana, he started at the World of Music with Victor Lumu.
Oh, that's why he started.
He was always indoors at Sababatu because the guy was very dark. He was very dark. And then we stayed there for 3 months. That's where I met Vomit before he called himself Dr. Vom.
You are moving very quickly here because these people, you
mean me?
Yes, because I know
Okay. No, you are the boss. You are allowed to invest. You can go back.
How did you move from Francistown and ultimately
when I finished in ghetto, it's like because when I finished in ghetto, 1992. I went and did my Tiros Chaba in Calamari.
Okay.
That was the first time I learned how to ride a motorbike.
Yes, sir.
And there was only one motorbike, Greek. It's a Makana. My boss couldn't ride. So I can yeah.
But that's really dope. Like
And-
you
and-
get taken from 5 or
And I'm telling you, by then, one puller was to $3.
Yes.
Negambara 250.
Yeah.
I would leave Botswana, I would get 8.
Imagine.
Yeah. You see this jeans that the patches, I'm watching it, the blue.
Yeah, man.
I was the only nigga who Kalamari. During the time I pepe.
Yes, sir.
You remember Pepe?
I saw the guys cut edge
Yeah. And I got edge
Yeah.
Now I'm in old age.
So you're OG, you're cut edge as well.
This basketball shirts.
Yeah.
The
throwback, yeah.
By then, my man, niggas survive being one mass.
You know where you getting all of this? You're just a kid from Lekakeng who goes to FSS, ends up in Calamari. Like, okay, because fashion has always been a part of your
Yeah,
career.
yeah.
It's a major one. So Rikita, there's no way I can't match up.
Yeah.
So how the influence it's on it from where you are, I'm guessing there's no TV.
Yeah, from a
I'm
village
guessing
boy,
to being able to push the trend in that way.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. One person who inspired me is my late dad, Tipatsui. May so rest in peace.
Yeah.
You know, he was the first old man. Romana per safari suit, very short sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I said, this old man is put on a shirt, you know, with the gold buttons, you know, and also mining. He didn't go to school.
Yeah.
And that guy was a charmer. I'm telling you. When my father enters the compound, my mom will smile.
Yes, sir.
I remember one time, you know, Botswana. So I was the youngest and the lightest waiting.
Yeah.
So my brother Bampika because I should really Tomala Makweta Brownie in the Iraqi. So Rutamakweta, why should on the light? We are forced to take it out, Bersala Mukotlas, Motaba, Bersala Sugirawudim, so that the weight can come back. Very better guy to commit. Mosai Mulahar, Sukir Kadi, Mubon speed. My brother, we are hammered by them. Russia pure Tukura Shapaka to me, paying at Nakira Maslerato.
Yeah.
I get a backstory, get a chapel Kadie, Twenty school Kayo.
Yeah.
But we are still in the sugar now.
Yeah.
I don't have the money. Your father is in South Africa. Or I post my out back.
Hey.
And that's how I grew up. Okay, my mom is hustling.
Yeah.
I should support her hustle.
Yes, sir.
But how? You understand? That's where the motivation came into Astley Gops, who he is today.
Definitely. I love that, man. So by the time you are in Calamari, how then do you passionate music, kana gore we practice o santse le gonoko kana no le baganela le bulimisi le span.
I remember I did my single in 2000. And then I had a song which became a hit, I don't know how old you were by then.
Hey, I was a
And
baby.
That song, took me to another level.
Where were you recording?
That's when Dargie arrived. You are still a new kid.
Because I'm trying to make this connection because how some people don't understand how you meet like your destiny helpers. Yeah. Because he's such a big part of your life.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to figure out, when you're this kid who's all the way out there, this nigga is coming from Uganda, goes to Broadhurst. How does destiny happen or land up?
Yeah.
Because I don't really know his whole story. He knows I have love for him. So I'm still trying to get him to the show. How do you guys cross paths?
I would say when I left Calamari before Kiapitori, I met Dr. I call him Dr. Lumu, Victor, World of Music. They had moved from Broadhurst, Batlaha, African Mall.
So everyone gets their music equipment.
Yeah. And then I met this guy, we just clicked. Because sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's in me. We just clicked and the guy said, I hear you're a good vocalist. Forget about keyboards. Focus on vocal skills.
Yeah.
Learn how to play with your voice. So when I continued with the course, that's when Dr. Vom came in. I bizarre vomit. You know what? Because he loves raga too much. So the first week, second week, this guy will be out to make a raga. Those ones.
Yes, sir.
So because this boy is wasting his time, I went to him. What's your name? He said, I'm Vomit. vomiting from where? No, get to Haji West. Okay, but you know what? You're already vomiting nice lyrics here. Forget the keyboard. Understand? Leave the keyboard and focus in what you are good at. That's when he moved from that.
Yeah.
You see what up to now. Then he moved about Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's how we linked up.
Yes, sir.
Then I think another doctor, Victor Lumo, Dargie comes in. Mujana go munsunyana la ngobo yusababatu ore akitunga mukompera le ubo yu hambulenya onna indoors. I remember one time I was called ukuthi mtu ya shawari was cooking and then he forgot the stove ebe kutunya musinyana wa mabusi bathu batabile ka CPS bako cheka mtu wa mwike ebara ba motsa. I had to tell him, no, he's my brother, please don't. That's when we clicked with Dargie up to date.
Jesus.
Then we started the vocals for jingles adverts at the radio. That's how I started more professional.
Yes, sir.
He would do a clip in 30 seconds. We give it to the company by advertiser. Along the way, no, man, you are good in singing. Why don't you try something?
Yes, sir.
That's when Multimedia was born and Ketlaonyala came in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's around 2000, towards the end of 2000.
This is when you actually started making music and then releasing music. So this is in G West, because I think, was he based in phase 2?
G West, no. We started on African Mall. G West, we moved there after. I think we changed 3 places before we reached G West. Rago Flete. We started on Hale. We moved from the office of Dr. Victor Lumo. Very moved by African Mall. There's a house, the first line when you enter African Mall. Matuabisi, old houses. That's when we stayed there, I think, for about 2 to 3 years. I was the first artist there at Dargie.
Wow.
I would say, which made a name and then made waves on the radio stations.
Yes, sir.
It was by then we were more into RB1 and RB2. Other radio stations. And then Dargie said, okay, let's work on other tracks. Because the good thing about him, when you do a song today and he feels it's a killer, when you go home, because already he knows you, he will say, hey, this is the line I ask. Let me do something for him. Come also I pin him in.
Yes, sir.
That's how he works.
Where did he get the skills? Like, Kana, he's such a natural. I remember when I first met him, was when Mampizi on our about a studio, and then we walked to Studio Saragwe, and we had music with Fruity Loops. And then he changed all of those beats. The keyboard.
No, the guy is a born, I would say, a born producer, I was so saying, because when he arrived from Uganda, he didn't know anything about this traditional music. He didn't know how to do our Afro-pop, but he had the ear. But I'll tell you, when he started learning how to play this traditional music, he became a star in such a way that people were shocked. Then when I sat with him, I would say, Dargie, you have to play what I sing, play what I feel. Because if you play what you feel, it's not Astley Gops. That is why I'm still maintaining my style.
Yes, sir.
And I believe I'll maintain my style till Jesus comes.
Definitely.
Because I'm not going to die. I'm not a dying type.
How many albums did you guys then release and any Vaya? Like at that
time? I had Horoga with him. I had Multimedia. We did Ketlaonyala, and then we did Letlake. 4 albums with him.
Sebakanyana was not with him.
Sebakanyana was with Bullet Ketabile.
That's when you started working with Bullet. Okay, so
then the 5th one was Marulelo. I had a group called Marulelo, which is still there. About almost 50% of them are married.
Okay.
It was
So when you guys are doing all of these projects, explain the music industry for those. Because some of these stories, was there money at that time? And how were you guys selling your music?
And that's a good question. I would say the first 2 years, I was doing music for the love of it. I was not doing it for money, and I was not doing music for fame. Because I'll tell you one thing, I'm the first artist to launch Mokaragan. When I arrived at BTV, Nelma Planka, Aukaragi Palettes. And then by then was Greg and DJ Obza.
Yes, sir.
The presenters, the first presenters.
Yes, sir.
Then they had this gum poles. When you try to dance, the hour. Where is cut? We start afresh. You see where I come from? And then I made Mukarar what it is.
Yes, sir.
And I'm very proud to say this.
Yes, sir.
And then after that, we started meeting with my uncle, Alfredo Mos. By then, I'm telling you, he was the Michael Jackson of this country, which he still is by then. Wow. That old man about, you know what? Stolo, I'm going on a tour. It was 12 shows. I will say it the way it is. I'm from Kwening. I didn't know about Motokwe. I didn't know about Botsabombo, Kambwe. The old man took me all over the country. I know Botswana because of him. Then I learned something. You know, when you're an upcoming, you mustn't chase money. What you should target, when a crowd pull a call suit to a show, you must definitely know it. that crowd is not mine, but I'm gonna snatch something out of it.
Yeah.
If there are 1,000, believe you me, how to show 300 will follow Astley Gops.
Definitely.
Then that's where you start your foundation.
So he's the first person to take you on tour and show you what this is how we make money.
I'm telling you, I'm saying this, and I believe, God would reward him for that.
Yeah.
Alfredo Moss played a big role in my career.
Oh, wow.
I know Botswana because of him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's my best uncle in this industry. Even now, he's my best uncle. Yeah.
Oh no! Shout out Brazil. A lot of people. I mean, the Francos of this world. But and that's why we also want to get him on the show to find out what foresight. So you do 4 albums with Dargie. Who else comes to the studios now? Because ended up working with Dargie. Who else was coming through, and how are you guys managing as a label? Because a lot of artists, your unique attractions of this world, everyone. So how are you guys able to get all of these guys to come to you? And why did you eventually leave?
Yeah, now I think I'm free to flow because you pulled me somewhere where I didn't want to go. I wanted to go there after some time. And then Dargie, his touch. When you have got a good touch, somebody in Maung will listen to RB1 and then say, why is Astley Gops recording? Then they look for my number. When they look for my number, I remember we had something like 15 to 20 artists under Dargie Digital Studios. And then what was happening by then? Now I'm coming to the issue of money after 2 years. That's when the Chinese had the license to sell our music. I believe I'm one of the artists and the last one to sell a cassette. When Goroga came, it came with a cassette. Neraki and Melaga roaming high. 15K in a day.
La luta Lina
Ming high. With Dargie Digital Studios, go Ming high with about 20 to 30 boxes. Because by then, that's when the Shumbas came in.
Yeah.
And even if you check his CD or cassette, it's my number outside.
Yeah.
7185528.
Yes, sir.
That's my number because I was doing the marketing. And then, but okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take music myself.
Yeah.
Now I'll spread it around the country. He was very intelligent. Because he knew if I go to my own distributor, I'm closing his doors. So Ming Hai made us very big in Botswana by then. And I pray already, that life could come back. Chinese be given license to sell music. Because people are calling us, my men, for our music. We are failing to deliver. We are failing to give our loyal fans.
Loyal fans, but manto.
Yeah, we are failing to give them what they want because this music is not ours.
Yes, sir.
I don't do music for Astley Gops. Now I'm a fan of Astley Gops.
Yes, sir.
When I'm sitting here, I'm here to speak on behalf of Astley Gops.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying is, the industry is still dangerous, man. If you listen to upcoming artists, yo, exchange amad.
Yes, sir.
So if that life could come back, whereby we supply music to the Chinese or the wholesales, I'm telling you, you will never see artists say, come on, man.
I think someone needs to explain it to some people. Because right now we have artists who are growing up in a generation, streaming.
Yeah.
Pina reki il had copy. The koloi hadina the CD player, hadina the tape player. So it's very difficult. How have you been able to so far? How are you? Because then I remember how are you able to survive and do music right now? Streaming, are you able to sell some CDs, sell some tapes?
When you talk of streaming, it's another language to me. I'm somebody who's very lazy when it comes to technology. I'll be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
I'm very lazy when it comes to technology because my son, Kalahari, he's always telling me, can't want to do this.
Yes, sir.
So I assign him to do that. If you feel I'm behind, do it.
But that's the way to do it.
You understand? That's the way to do it now. I've got no choice. But now what I'm trying to do now, with the advice of my friends, because most of them are elders, I'm doing USBs, which I sell 450. The steak, the steak. I sell my music almost USB at 450. Compilation of all albums, mostly the hits. Or that sing-alongs. Because somebody will tell you, I want all your music, but I want Sebakanyana. Someone will say, I want all your music, but I want La La. So I came up with an idea of, okay, there was a company in Joburg, it closed. They there are USBs whereby they lock. You cannot transfer the music from the USB.
Yes, sir.
So they have locked because of the CDs are no more selling. The industry has gone down. it's more into streaming. Or what?
Yeah.
Or sometimes technology is an advantage, but sometimes a disadvantage.
It's a similar thing.
Yeah.
It's a span.
Yeah, but with me as an old school person, to me it's a disadvantage because I'm lazy to sit. What Instagram, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always telling my son, come on, Kalahari, do this for me.
No, he better get on that
Why
job.
Why are you sitting there when I blow? You understand? But now, the most of my survival, it comes from the weddings. I always tell people, out of 10 weddings, get shoka 6 or 7. That's the good thing about music, Afro-pop. I would stay in a month, wasn't that job? The following month, I get 2-3 weddings. That's how God blesses me.
Wow. We sort of can be like more preparation. I'm trying to think about any other Afro-pop artist, the first one to do that. Apart from you.
Yeah.
Because right now, even however big Lizibo gets, however big Hensi gets, however big Scavenger gets, niggas will always go back to the weddings.
Yeah.
So it's a big industry, the wedding space.
Big, very big, very big.
There's space for other people as well.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong because with weddings, how we explain it after doing your set. You understand? That's the good thing about weddings. When you plan Sarasara, no. With weddings, whether you Sarasara or Sarasara, you get your cut.
Yeah.
And the good thing about weddings, they pay 50% or 75%, whatever you want in advance.
Yeah.
Because you have to travel to Maum or Kasana where the wedding is. When you arrive, you tell them, guys, as we agree on the contract, when I arrive, I agree before anything, before somebody said you are, my appearance, I want to face the Astley Gops, the ugly old man. Give me my balance. That's how I operate.
So you're still performing songs from back in the day, and does that allow release
I'm releasing new songs, but I'll tell you because they tell me, you know, when you have got fans, they will tell you straight.
Yes, sir.
They're even telling me now. What my man, you do them Bogorata. It's a killer hit. You'll do them bolala, but once Sebakanyana takes over,
that's where we're going. We gotta go to Sebakanyana. You actually even released the DVD in 2008. I think it was your 4th album. Can you take us, back to that moment? What inspired that song and that story? Sebakanyana been nothing. Because to this day, you guys know the jam. You know what I mean? To this day, what inspired Pineo?
I'm one person who respects Motuamme, and I still preach the word. Motuamme, you know, when God created a woman, let me tell you something. He saw the loneliness in a man.
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you, if God didn't create a woman, we will be the most loneliest animals in this world.
Definitely, sir.
So God said, let me feel sorry for my son. Motuamme, to be honest with you, should bring nothing else but joy and peace and happiness.
Yes, sir.
So Sebakanyana, when it came, I was in Pretoria. I remember it crashed the fall. It crashed. Hector said, I forget this song, man. It's Yahuana.
Machine crash.
Yeah. Labutira Yahu crasher. About saying, I was South Africa was one of our woman. I don't know trainer. But I said, I said, Hector, Kimotuamua. When I'm pushed by an angel, I don't stop.
Yes, sir.
Give me the last chance.
Yes,
about to chance I'll fail. It'll be before. By then we were with Spencer man, best keyboardist in South Africa. And we're talking about home by Monias, but I was about keyboard and Fananyana. No, I brought him from Botswana.
Yes,
when he entered there, he started, you know, how it goes.
Yes, sir.
The song is starting.
Yes, sir.
So by my baby, sorry, I bet.
Yeah.
From A to Z,
I'm doing one take.
I'm gonna hit this song one take.
Yes, sir.
And immediately he has a take. You save. About save.
Yes, sir.
That's when I went back to the choruses. Putting the last 3 voices because now I do 4 voices on a chorus. I don't want too much voices. That's when Sebakanyana was born. And Hector came and said, Marno one mate. So
you guys even did like a DVD and all of that stuff for it. Is it the biggest song you've ever released?
Yo, Nete Ababa, let me tell you one thing. Hey, man, I've done Killer Tunes. Sebakanyana is a big song. Sebakanyana, even now, my man, that's why I till Jesus comes. For me to hit out Sebakanyana, Sebakanyana, it's a hit, and it's making me who I am. Because if I leave the stage without performing it, because that's why you know why it's because we're not doing this music for ourselves. It's not for us.
Yeah.
So usually what I do, I will do my best on second time. I will get the hit. Yeah.
It works wonders there also. Some people start with those songs.
Imagine.
I want to ask about Sebakanyana sa Shalawa.
Yeah.
What did you think when they released theirs?
I believe, now to be honest, I would say I've motivated a lot, I've inspired a lot of upcoming artists. Because if you talk about Sebakanyana sa Shalawa, I listened to it, no, they've got the right to use Setswana, Sebakanyana. It's not my thing, but I've got my thing.
Yeah.
You know, I've used the name Sebakanyana my way, so they are free to do it their way. Whether it's my inspiration, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I can give you an example with Multimedia. My boys did it, the Eskimos.
Yeah.
I felt big because I'm inspiring my guys.
Yes, sir.
And I'll tell you one thing, relationship with Eskimos right now, you can't believe.
Yeah.
I had about 15 years.
Yeah.
We are so close.
No, I know.
You understand? But when they came into the music industry with the influence and the help of Viman Pizzi, I saw the energy in them.
Yes, sir.
You must be aware, when we check it, because I'm very prophetic again.
Yeah.
So I remember by the time taking you back a bit,
yes, sir.
the likes of King Athletic, the late, may he so rest in peace,
yes, sir.
DJ Tleto.
Yes,
he
sir.
was my selector.
Yeah.
You see where I come from? King Athletic, there was a club in Buntley. Flatin ilang apanya lo one. How do you suppose something? There's a flatin ilang apanya le kana next about 200 go to ba shunyi ba kana. Go to go 20 30 50 100 t it late. But ba happen. How go ndoro wa ntsa metu ezi rules. Oh
my God.
Those were the days. And I remember one time I was in a gig. I saw a small boy coming with high energy. Small boy nyana sa apparently was really great. How is this?
Yes, sir.
Theme and peace.
Yes, sir.
Got a sharp in here one. Shy. What's up, son? Oh, this boy. But I'm looking at the height.
Yeah.
The voice.
Yeah.
Because and also with that what's the voice?
Yes, sir.
And how can I imitate to
yeah.
So let to our arm chance. Hey.
Yeah.
That was the pompa to the tree.
Yeah.
Motakola pompa to the tree.
He did it I get on Dargie as well. The track I think.
So I said, this boy, where is this boy coming from with this energy?
Yeah.
Then I said 1, 2, 3, 4. Because who couldn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
This energy comes from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, up to now we're still holding the same pace.
Yes, sir.
It's not aging.
Hey, look at do 3 shows a day for 3 days.
Man.
You know, so I never understand where he gets that energy. So this was the first super label in Botswana.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
Everyone was from there.
Went to Dargie. Yeah. Everyone went to Dargie.
So when being someone who started with Dargie, you're in the same roof with him. Do you need to change how the artist especially Franco how did your relationship with Dargie grow? Business wise, personal.
Yeah.
All of these people, you know, blew up on Dargie.
Yeah.
How did that, you know, work with your relationship?
I would say it didn't affect me because me and Dargie were like brothers. He was like my younger brother.
Yes, sir.
Because I started with him. When you come from outside,
yeah.
And for you to convince people we are good, that communication breakdown.
Language.
Yeah. And then his communication was with the keyboard. And then Franco, Viman Pizzi, Maxi.
Yeah, everyone went there.
Voice, everyone went there.
Guys, when I say everyone, every single one was there.
You know, how about blower? Yeah, no, I'm going to the box. What Dargie has to look for the box and here.
Yeah.
But I figure no, as long as I can get my chance to go behind the mic and do a song, that's what I want.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
How Penix and he's selling more than you.
Yeah.
And then that relationship with Dargie stayed the way it is, I would say up to date. Because after he moved, the time you saw him, I believe he told you, now I'm a man of God, I've moved from there. Because when he took a break, he started pushing the advertising TV and movies.
Because he was moving to your new visual. That's when everyone started releasing the DVD.
Exactly.
And the DVDs looked like they were starting to make more money now.
That was money. But
he started buying cameras. About some sounding. That's where
now he crippled me because I'm lazy. He would appoint with me, let's go and shoot a video. Let's go.
He was everywhere with the cameras.
And that disease, I think, affected me a bit. Because that's exactly what happened for me to be here today. He called me about 3 times.
Yeah.
Imagine. And nothing was stopping me to come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's, I mean, hey, man, you must pray for me.
No, persistent terror.
You must cast this devil out because hey, I'm staying behind,
yes,
but I've paved the way for many. I'll tell you one thing. I remember one time he could make Mexico protest. She was being Form 3 by then.
Yeah.
So kana o tsaka la ratwa mama ga wa bana so rest in peace the mom abari o tsamele ngwanake ke batla bua tantsela ka ntsia hey ka ntse tsore tema
hey spa. So how many of these ones were you able to help discover? Because you started out with Dargie, and I can't get over that. Wow, starting the shares, or create the shares. More company at least. What are the music side? As audio visual. So how many of them do you think you were helpful in telling Dargie? Dargie is very hard to convince. I don't know how long I've known him. I was never anywhere close to signing to DDS. Una lebaganile OD hela alebaganile le makimo una itse se rekisa
exactly,
you know, so ha lebella bo hip hop
he knew where his money
was here. Then, so some of the ones that you help convince gore ha ba tsamaile yana bo morao hela mutuki
I'll give you an example ka the likes of Captain Dira. You know, the young boy came le enega energy, then like you were saying whenever you keep on postponing I think the other issue secret the Dargie, the more he postpones, it was a way of checking you. Or are you serious? Because that's when I met the likes of Mr. Tag. Mr. Tag was doing R&B, you remember? I'll go rap. When we met, that's when we did Ausmagi and the Fufa. And I'm telling you, they're still killer tunes. So they do what and Sebakanyana. And then Dargie said, man, there's more money guy. After hearing what Captain Dira is coming with, that's when the Kakas, the Go Masters, the Toleros, the Shellis, you know, Shelly was singing with Mokorwana.
Yes, sir.
That's when they came in. That's where the Shumbas
the
came in.
pretty young girl, the
Jojos, the short one. The Jojos came in.
Where is Jojo?
Jojo is around, she's in ghetto now. That energy is still there.
What happened?
No, she recorded the latest album. We were supposed to share stage together at the stadium on the 26th. The show was postponed. Some more, but she's still holding that golden voice.
Hi, what's your sound?
And then boom. What's Abigail say? War on album about the Afro-pop, the hip hop are hanging in there. Hasn't better like boys are thinking about boom. Eskimos came in, Women Peace came in. And then house was. You see the challenge now. You are relaxing with your style. The young ones are coming in with the energy.
Jesus.
But I said to myself, you know what? This energy, I think I wanna. Not that I cannot do house was. Let me leave the Kunya piece to do that thing. So I kept my pace. And I'm telling you, it worked for me. It worked for me in the sense that my loyal fans, like I said, Babanyalo, they kept following me up to now.
Loyalty.
Because when it comes to anniversaries, about 10 years, they still call me. You see, times 2. And I always tell God, please tell me when this Sebakanyana is playing on radio, let them remember the first day they met.
The first day they danced together,
So I held on to that because they're more get diverted to another style. Energy, everyone peace level scheme or level exodus.
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you, it means that's the end of Astley Gops.
Yes, sir.
But I sat down with my God and said, God, what should I do? He said, no, my son, stick to what you know best.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I'm still holding to God's hand right now.
Definitely.
Like a rapper, like a
yes, sir.
I get 10. You know, right now things are changing. Hey, when I was the piano rate. You know, that energy is going back to your you see,
you got a psyche. And people don't get that.
But I'll tell you one thing, and I'm still saying the same thing. I'm still saying, praying the same prayer. God, don't make me get tempted. I belong here. Understand?
So that's how important originality is.
I'm unshakable. I'm not going to move to any kind of style. I will stick to styles as the Gops.
Yes, sir.
So that's my secret.
With Bullet, is he the one who helped you do Shoka Story? Because, you know, this is where now you're working closer with him. But release through, how do you release the music? Is it still through Dargie Digital or on a distribution network?
Yeah, when he moved, when Dargie took a break, I moved with Bullet. And then I started pushing my company, I get entertainment and promotions, which is doing my distribution, my marketing, everything.
Okay.
And then we did Poshoka Story, we did the Khatotsame, we did Sebakanyana, we did the latest one, which features Warata. We did The one that features one Namoya. But I'm telling you one thing, Namoya, I forgot about it. Namoya, my man.
Yes, sir. Big tune.
I know.
But for you, who would you say is your best collaborator? Because I know you've collaborated with Bo Kuda, Manyenyewa, you know, on Batswana, you've worked alongside people like Bojef Matata. Who would you say? This is a long career, so let me say the top 5 who are your favorite collaborators, but you know you can make magic with, no matter what setting.
I would say my best and first collab was with Mr. Teg when we did Ausmagi and the Fufa. And I still believe in him. You remember he moved to South Africa, he stayed there for some years.
Yes, sir.
But I knew my secret weapon is gonna come back.
Lenny, was he frustrated about now the change in sound? Yeah, no. Listen. Because he was a major part of what was going on with Dargie. He was one of the major producers.
Exactly.
So Leboni industry change. Literally, most spaces in the Lemo song.
But
so that's why he bounced.
He bounced. With him, he was brave because I'm lazy. I'm like a boy. Somebody was telling me. I remember I had a show with Budaza and he was telling me Liringo Matlingos. Go Moro Hotel.
Okay.
Hey.
Moro, yes.
You know these guys when they come, Botswana. Batswana Modi Rumu. I get star about Bonwa, Kana Kwele. I did a song with a team named Ghetto, Autocratic Squad. Those guys were doing Motswako. Then I fused them with Afro-pop after Take.
Yes, and
the song became a hit. We even fought when the Motswako guy comes in because I can't flow like they do.
Yes, sir.
So we are called in for a show. Jeff Malaba, the biggest promoter by then. It's me, Ringo Matlingos, Bobo Daza, Rugomo Hotel. 3 artists goes on stage. I'm the 4th artist with those boys for Ghetto. When we went there, let me do my song first. Can't take it in Urumu. I hammered a cappella. Ringo had to move out. Spirits are he had to move out. I put another up in your That's when I said, God, show me my way. If this is my path, let me take it. Because they got to get about all that by there. And these boys come in, come with energy. I fused in Afro-pop, it's working. Bigger no. That's when Ringo said, why was I relocating Fate? Well, like Africa, boy. I got to my mom. The background, but I believe if I had moved by then, I'll be fine, my man. I'm getting back to stories that I take.
Yes, sir.
When the frustration hit, Teg about no, because now you connection with Blom, let me go to Blom.
Yes, sir.
Teg made it big because he went to radio stations. He was still blowing. Then, go high. I'm telling you, go high. You always think of home. Immediately he came back. I said, my man, what is about? Because I hate this issue when you go on stage, you're afraid about how can I Mr. Teg? So when you stand over and over, then they became Mr. Teg. Do me a favor, my man. Because I can tell you right now, Hastolata crowd.
We're living in spaces at the taxi.
Exactly.
They're not even promoting that song. And I'm like, what the hell, man?
You see, we thought room out was strat. But it's an indoor person, and then naturally is Aratanko. So when he came, we did Monono, which is doing very well right now. Mr. Teg, I've got a line here. Can't go on out Filipina about my men. There's a track you did with Bullet. Got a real hookiana. Let's come with a different angle, remix it. Okay, if you're going to remix it, I'm giving it to you. Tell Mr. Teg. That Mr. Teg. I don't want this new tag. I want my old tag. He came in. We did this song, I think, 3 months. I see way.
Man.
Piano hele. Haye ko ranti. Pulet mo sila ba? Ay mana mo tawo dinga. Aso li produce bor. Wa bulet ngala studio kana yan. Me ase ngala in a professional way. Wota asuma kana le nearly true.
Yes sir.
Tega hata na mwana he. E bota kanya ora no. Guys, I've done my part. Go and do whatever you do. Lead the voice song the same. E be give it take. It will go para mo studio. That's when Mono came in. Then they became buyer in na mo tsaka became buyer for 3 months. Take off phone. Unsapinali. Yo ka usali. Tung. Torn against about 3 weeks back.
So
it's
how's
another
that?
4 months.
But let's talk a little bit about your body COSBOTS, the you know, the royalty.
Yeah.
It's an these days.
No, I came here. Let me be honest. I came here. I get smile. How I was supposed to put that
Because you know what?
I'll
You
tell
have
you.
so many classic songs. Say a lot for sure are playing, I guess, on RB2. I don't know if they are playing.
They are playing them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. Honestly, like I'm not taking anyone.
Hey.
Now when this thing of COSBOTS came in, to me it was a blessing because but they figure, maybe when these guys are coming in to collect for us, so what I change? Maybe I don't know, like you are I come to take no that. Sinte. Is it not whereby when the song is playing more, there should be more money?
Yeah, they should.
Huh?
Because
I'll tell you one thing. I come down 8 years. And I'll tell you one thing. About 4 times, 5 times. Yalla. But the more they play, the more I get less tebe. So I don't know because this thing's the battle carries like kibanga pizza.
Do you ever check on them?
Now
How is your office in
I check. I'll tell you one thing about myself. I'm one person who doesn't like, explaining too much.
Yeah.
Hagina energy. That's why I think my God has spoiled me. That is why some people work in industry.
Yeah.
Because I've got that patience. And I always say to myself, Mr. Hobbs, age is nothing but a number. Your day is coming. I'll tell you what, because I'm 10 years, I'm 15, because I agreed after 6 months.
Yeah.
And how can I create, can I celebrate?
Yeah.
Because I don't budget for that.
Yeah.
Because,
that's out of nowhere.
Hey, after I got one thing, kumane by Pamela Young, but I'll tell you one thing, since the Batla Bone, if your music is, I'll tell you, COSBOTS has done a good thing because now we have to do music for the clients.
Yes.
We shouldn't do music for ourselves. Because if you are doing music for yourself, as we are sitting here, we present Raska.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How it's me. But if you play Sebakanyana, you are now creating more clients. Because as a presenter, you work a program and the music you play should attract more clients.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
So that's what it is. Yeah, no.
But when it comes to the Bonobo COSBOTS, Bonobo Bomuyana, as someone who's been in the industry for well close to 30 years, how we saw a late road, got a more Bonobo Bomu, more the position itself. And don't tell me because you are lazy. As someone who's seen, you know, position in usually I studio, recording music, but they're the ones who are running this operation for us.
Yeah.
What do you think about the organization? First of all, are you a member of any of them?
I'm a member. I'm the first. You're about the launch thing, COSBOTS. Yeah. And the earliest now launcher.
What about Bomu? Are you a member of Bomu?
It's a Bomu.
So why aren't you guys trying to be part of the leadership? Because you know the pain of being in the studio, you know the pain of touring, you know the pain of being paid less. Why don't you guys take accountability?
There you are right. The issue is with me. When you have got a certain character, no one can change it.
Yeah.
One thing I'll tell you one thing, because we're not in the industry. Why is you reading a guy? So imagine Scar sitting there, and you have to explain somebody has about 3,000 or 10,000.
Yeah.
Woman, that alone, I don't have the energy for that.
Dealing with musicians.
Exactly. To deal with Mudiragati, I keep saying to deal with Ormodirazo, smile, you are say mad. Hela. One hour explain our hey, can I hard you are wasting their time. Woman.
President, that when we are letting people by law don't know our pain to take over space, say especially because we
paved the way.
We paved the. We literally created an industry. Government they feel on itself. Or let me create an organ. Because they and then Batoba would sing one more fishing you, but do a salary, who do a rent.
Let me tell you something. This music industry sometimes can frustrate you, in the sense that what we pour to relieve you the load. Only to find that Strasau gets there. My man, Bomu comes from far. for now challenge guy behind one here. They have to protect us as Badiragats.
Yeah.
In the sense that the promoters will say they will give you one. How about our country? Why is Ska not on the line of multiracial hip hop? They will tell you, no, we're in business. The question is, Ska made it. So why don't you honor the legend?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I made Afro-pop what it is today.
Yeah.
But when I came back to Zibo, that hitting it hard, Boska Benja, Mr. Tech, boy, you can attention to it, Marulelo, Bokalahari. You know, I'm happy to see them shining. I'm an old man.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. When are we going to be given what is ours?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How do I go out? I mean, business. But I'm telling you, I'm doing a good job.
This wouldn't have existed if I hadn't sacrificed my time and
Exactly.
energy.
Yeah. Hey.
It's time to tell you're old, you should quit.
Exactly. Yeah. But I paved the way. You to me, Lord, I'm going to put hole. I'll tell you one thing as I got this mobile Kalahari. When he met me, he was to never literally. So okay, he put never. By then he was not calling himself Kalahari. They didn't have a name. So okay, he put the band trailer. To go pay one, he can have a bullet.
Yeah.
So I know you are 2 years and but it's one. But this boy is persistent.
You can tell because you've lived it.
Hey, because one of they thought I'm ignoring them. I ignore. I still have to convince the producer. And I convince the guy says you. From nowhere, Kalahari comes alone. Could I want to show you what I've played a big role in this music industry, and I deserve to be given what's mine.
Yes,
I need my flower now. Something say because if you come to my funeral and cry, I'll tell you I will show us. I'm telling you, those who are not with Astley Gops, I'm going to rest. Then Kalahari comes in, he convinces us with a song. Up to now, and he's untouchable because I moved with him Manyarong. And I taught him how to convince the client. When you perform with people, don't perform for yourself. Catch 2, 3, 4, 5 glimpses. Eye contact, over convinced. And he did that. Now I've accumulated it to him now. He's doing it on his own. Understand?
Would you advise young people to come into the music industry? From experience, do you think this is a space or advice this can be a job? Or do you think believe in other countries more than they believe in us?
Not here. I'm sorry to say that, but not in Botswana. I belong here in Botswana by blood, by birth, by everything, but I wouldn't encourage even my son. Also, let's say try the music side. I would encourage them. First school pele unele and ama. You can say because
yes, sir.
When you go with it.
Yes, sir.
How wakaha? You have got somewhere to lean.
Yes, sir.
Because I would advise them to go into the music industry by the time you get like I own.
Yes.
Because by then there was no corruption, because right now there's too much corruption, too much explanation. Show it stadium states. Show it there's only one. You understand? There's only one entrance. The security is all over. But now we are saying Brazil Brazil guy. I'm explain among. I'm sorry to use this word. He didn't call you to the show. The promoters disappeared. X5, X6,
what about let's talk about you with artists from outside of Botswana, and the way that they're treated when they come to Botswana. What are some of your experiences where where I don't know, tell us some of your experiences, because otherwise so what are some of your experiences? And you're free to tell your story as you want.
Now I'll tell you one thing. That's why every time when I talk to you, my man, I'll tell you, now I'm blessed. My bigger door is opening soon, of which I believe it will. The last show I did with big artists, about 15 years back, with the Ringos, and I'll tell you one thing. Because sometimes when things don't happen to you, don't think God hates you. You must say, thank God. Because right now, you'll be calling Astley Gops to an event with an artist from South Africa, and then 100,000. Playing,
yes.
And let me tell you something, you know. And from there, Napagela, I have to sit on a meeting. I can't tell myself again. So where's my balance? Why explain? I don't know. And I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want explanations. And I'm happy when my son is growing well.
Yeah.
No. He will tell you one thing. Explain. And imagine Romania, I have 25 years. But he will tell me, I would prefer pizza because I'm brand. Than to explain worry. If you know what I'm worth, you must listen to my charge.
Yes, sir.
If I tell you right now, you come to a big event, now I'll tell you my cheapest price, get 30,000 people.
Yes, sir.
For me to go for a gig.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm very happy Manuel and Poetse. I respect the brand Astley Gops. I'm the number one fan of Astley Gops.
Yeah.
And I will keep on being the number one fan. No one can be number one than me.
Why do you think it's so easy? Why do you think it's so easy for people to discuss Madia Arona entertainment? Nkari gabone yana kore buiwa mo Facebook buiwa mo di newspaper ren kore harengiri bua gore how la accounts like le jabo ka ha le gore. So why do you think kana ke rona re itlwetsang ka batho ka gore le rona re bua ka one mo galo?
Yeah, I think there you have the answer already. You are asking me this question when you have the answer.
I'm just saying
because you know what, excluding myself,
yeah,
I'm a down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
You have paid my boy. Example because I'm free to say whatever I want to say.
Yeah.
Would you 15,000 pull-up for a set of an hour?
Yeah.
You understand? Then how can you 15 only? But
yeah.
They spread the gospel very fast.
Remote.
15. So what every time I give him a phone, I have to negotiate more 15. Whereas when now you had a budget there 30 for him.
Yeah.
But because now one Sebetsa when you are running Mondo, a very beautiful place like this, you want him to come with his music for dinner.
Yeah.
He's worth 30.
Yeah.
But those two places are 15.
Tiger.
15.
Yeah.
You see, the other issue, desperation ends. We are too desperate to rush for the crowd stations. If promoter don't go to a show and do a free performance. Don't.
Yes, sir.
Because they take advantage of that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now I did that way back. I've built my brand now.
Yeah.
I will never go eventing extra do away.
Yes, sir.
Because how say I defend our army stars because I chat near one. And it's very painful because because I'll give you an example. He's my idol. I love him so much. I would go and watch them. This old man.
Yeah.
Instead of aging, the voice is becoming more sweeter.
Yeah, you
understand?
I hear you.
So the question is, why are we desperate?
Ke blow ke go bona kana ha go kana nkara bohema wa bona kore o tabele o robata go bona mara ha o tswa wa lapeng wa go tsena go senela ha ile borotho la ile di noodles kore o ka bo tetse pele ga batho ba inwela Hennessy o bore ka ro bloile go ipapisa le bone o bore malaite a batla ntshela Hennessy e ba go bua go te yo ibilo ka moduela ka yo
ba go siela ibilo ka rota bo we swere ibile ka ntse ga o se price ba o itlerola ba rona go itlerola
ka yone
ka nto tena le ndwele kwa go ya rent
le no ri ya phone ya re musisi
o bizo ona di Hennessy ga wa ya rent imagine.
So blow kind of me as someone who's, because I want to ask you these questions as someone who's experienced fame, the good and the bad side. We're about to get into some of the bad side. For more than 30 plus years, do you think it's worth it? When after for you, after all these years, do you think all of the good, all of the bad, would you change it? You know, do you think
with me I would say it's not worth it because I'll tell you one thing.
Yes, sir.
The brand that I am doesn't benefit from that brand. You understand? I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone will claim, hey, can I stop? So you push it enough? I always tell them, for me to make it outside, I have to make it home first. You understand?
Yeah.
If I cannot hit and convince what I'm good and I'm well mannered, how do I convince
Yeah.
Somebody should go out and spread the word. This guy, boy. I will give you an example. I moved to my 51 ski. One guy was he's called Jeff. He's a friend of mine. And then I realized what these people, they understand our music more than we think. It's about but the clients are not West Batswana. I went there, I did 2, 3, 4 weddings. Then I made a relationship with Labia Graceland. And the response was good.
You help Paul Simon.
The response was good. But let me tell you something. I'm not reaping what I'm supposed to reap from that.
Yes, sir.
Looking at Astley Gops for 30 years, 25, 28 years, I'm not benefiting from Astley Gops. But I'm questioning myself and my God, where am I not doing things right? What should I do to benefit from this old man who Astley Gops? You understand? But I'm telling you, my man, I'll give you an example. Let me go into a show, but 1,000, 10,000. When I leave the stage, you can't take over. You have to take a break.
Is that a challenge, man? Is that a challenge?
I'm telling you, we don't got a challenge. I will leave that crowd, 10,000 people singing my choruses, my acapellas and everything. That shows you this old man has got something in him that people don't see.
Who are some of the artists that you've seen by they are not getting the attention that they're supposed to be getting?
The first artist that I'm very happy that now he's getting the attention after serious prayers is Scavenger, aka
man.
My man, this guy, I'll tell you one thing, they should look up to him. This guy industry and he never gave up. He never gave up. And his
maybe that's why
come on,
dog.
I'll tell you one thing about the boy. He's a down-to-earth person.
He's a good brother.
He's humble. And I'll tell you, he's one guy already to do a collab with him. And I kept running away. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. This boy, he held tight to his gift.
Yes, sir.
Because Scavenger had a talent. He's called. He's not talented. He's called for this. That is why right now, every event, you see capability.
Yes, sir.
No, and I need a promoter here. I would pay him my food.
Yes, sir.
Because the guy has a hook.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
We shouldn't hibernate. And I will come to my young boy. He's into technology. He's into whatever Instagram, about the YouTube, about the what.
Yes,
you can name them, but because you are my name, you know what I'm saying?
IGs, all of them. Yes, sir.
You know, when it comes to technology, the boy is so good.
Yes, sir.
When you put him on stage, he convinces. You get the point?
Yes, sir.
And Scavenger, aka and I'm telling you, his door is going to open soon.
Awesome
because
stuff,
he has to learn from these guys of vocabulary, aka Scavenger. When I followed this guy, he never gave up. Because I'm now one person already. A big show. I don't know what is a big show. Because I'm big myself.
A big show is
I'm
where
a big
you
show
are.
myself. I'm a big show.
Yes,
you understand? When you tell me, Mr. Hobbs, can't tell us about in a big show. What is a big show? When I'm a big show myself, I carry a big show wherever I go.
That's the spirit.
You understand?
Yeah, that should be
when
the
I
spirit.
get into an event, that's when the show becomes big.
Yes, sir.
I remember I'll tell you one thing. Dr. Vom, the late Gom Master, the Franco, the Jeff Matata, but all on stage what guys. These guys rocked. They rocked. When I took over from the stage, you know what I did?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you one thing. People have to follow. I'm the first local artist to perform after Marulero. One on stage.
Yes, sir.
Dealing with my audience.
Your people out there.
Mr. Engineer, I need a mic stand. Otherwise, I'll just put a mic stand there. What's your cordless mic and see the magic. Yes,
sir.
The acapella thank you guys. The show has started now.
Yes.
Show has Simolano. I go on stage. Those guys came to me. No. Show. You guys came early before the show started. That's who I am. That's who I am. And I will tell you one thing. When it comes to events, I don't care about the slot. I don't care about the time slot. Because I'm there to do what?
Yeah.
To convince the crowd.
Yeah.
To be in the show.
I love that.
You understand?
Man. I absolutely
love
love
that. When I go
that.
to your place, what about about 7 or 8? I have to do something rather sound checking so they start sending messages because our duty is to pull the crowd. Eh? You have the point. Not whereby you go to an event or do a crowd.
Hey, but how na le ba re ba emela di bara gore di tswa lwa ke.
Pull the people to the event.
I want to get into the more crazier stories that are online about you.
Yeah.
In 2022, your ex Barobi Nwako made headlines seeking legal support for the twins. So just recently, the story arose again, and then you were facing incarceration for about a couple of days. Go police, and then Snyomfere comes out on social media.
The rescuer.
You shouldn't stay in jail. I think you need to start the story from the beginning because story starting story saying apparently it's happened before. Conversation thing to the media and also to the courts. So I'll give you this opportunity
I would say I'm one person who likes to keep my private life private.
Yes, sir.
But media people will do whatever they do.
Yes,
you understand?
Sir.
Yeah. I'm somebody who's very, I like to contain what's private, send them private, and then what free. I'll tell you one thing. It's to me right now. It's water under the bridge. What happened, and if it was my path, I took it. Yeah, my God knows why I had to go through that path.
Yeah.
I went through the path. It is done, and I'm back, and I'm even stronger.
Yes, sir.
That's how it is. Yeah. That's the answer I'll give you.
You don't want to talk more about it.
Yeah.
This Nyomfere put up the money though.
Yeah, because what I did.
So he was telling the truth.
Let me tell you something. That brother of mine is an angel. What happened? A lot of people doubted he would do it. Because he literally called. He said, my man, there's a bit of delay, but I'll tell you one thing now. I'm depositing the money. You're not going to stay there. I'm depositing the money because I had to go, for me to go out to transact so that I pay. I couldn't because I was already taken. You understand?
I saw the live video because I'm not getting into the issue itself. You don't have to tell us what's going on between you and the lady.
Yeah.
But in that moment, they pick you up, and then what happens? Who's holding the video? How do people know?
Sometimes, my man, sometimes you do something out of love. Like I've made the brand Astley Gops.
Yeah.
But when you make a brand, or not famous, or not a household name, some take advantage of that to make money. You understand? Especially the media people and everything. To them, it was a jackpot. I don't blame them. It's their duty. They did their part. But by the grace of God, when you're trying to destroy the brand, they are bringing more help to me.
Yeah.
That's when my brother came in and said, you know what? When he came in, he said, go up to 9 o'clock. I don't know joke. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you, by 9 o'clock, it happened. I was called, hey, come here. It is done. When I arrived.
Yo, come on, guys. Yo.
You understand?
Yo.
Because sometimes when you also it's a character Snyomfere is a businessman, he's a veteran, he's a legend. He has got his own line in music. And then he did what he did. And he was pushed by God to come on board. Because a lot of guys called back. They called Raza Madam Pinjaka who's a guy. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't have time because access to transaction. You understand? I didn't have that freedom. But he came on board, he assisted, and I'm telling you, I thank him so much, and may God multiply whatever he touches. Because I'll tell you one thing, you know why I'm emotional. I'm one person who about Twitter. I don't
timing thank you so much, sir. Barbecue burger. Thank you so much, Papa.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's a train of thought. So, what do you owe him? Like, why would he do that for you?
I don't owe Snyomfere as such. When he came to assist me, he was assisting a brother in need. You understand? Because by then I needed assistance.
Yes, sir.
And then after assisting me, we talked more.
Yeah.
Because like I'm saying, he's a businessman.
He's a businessman. Yeah.
He's a businessman. out to brother. And the brother has to do what? Bring back the command so that Sonverk can do the permits.
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you, like I say, I don't get fame out of pain myself.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. If you call me to come and perform at a funeral, but regardless of how much you pay me, because that's who I am. I don't get fame out of pain.
Yes, sir.
Some were taking fame out of my pain, but I say, God, they don't know what they are doing. They are lost. If this part was meant to be, let it be. I've gone through it, and people were shocked because I took hours and I came out.
That was ours, and I don't want to talk about. I have to ask these questions because people are going to look at. If you don't want to answer them,
I'm not going there. It's
I want to ask about Honoro. If you, as someone who's celebrated, who's well known, who people know a lot about, what goes through your mind when stories like this pop up on the newspaper about you, and do you try to stop them? Because I get to go on the other side of it. High lower Batswana are facing such issues and they're holding on to popularity. Can I have it popular? How bad? It was already not. So, coming out on the other side of these things, what would you say to Batswana or Hongwe if you to hold them at ransom or Kito is a good kurante?
One thing I'll tell you, always avoid explaining too much and avoid reasoning. Because for an thing, we have challenged a lot of people. The media can make money out of our brands, and some can make fame out of trying to destroy us. But I'll tell you one thing: what God has ordained, or what God has blessed, or poured an oil on, you cannot destroy. You understand? Because what you do when you do that, you cannot destroy a scar. Because scar will tweet them you are wasting your time. Because what God has ordained on him, it's untouchable, it's unshakable. He will still grow stronger. When this challenge came to me, I said, God, whoever is doing this story or whoever is writing this story doesn't know what is happening behind the desk. So let it be. You understand? But what you should do as my God, make me even stronger. And I'm telling my man, I'm so strong. I've gained weight. You can see the glow. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you one thing: when you allow challenges to shake you, you'll never go anywhere.
Do you know who it is? Who's getting funds from this shit? Who's doing this nonsense? Or like who's trying to put your business out in the streets like this?
No, hey, I'll tell you one thing. When that video was circulating, my brother, I was on my way to university, to the college for a short period of time. I went there I entered for a purpose. God knew what he was doing before my angel came. When I went there to school, when I entered there, these guys are telling me the officer, trend. What have I done? Because I've released my single. I'm about to release Back to Send, a new single. And all the songs, when they were playing on radio, people thought I was retaliating to what happened. I said, no, this was about 6 months. Mr. Tege or I talked about Mr. Tege. Because we have accepted the challenges in life. We have accepted what the industry is there. We have to fight and continue on that level. And you can see, my man. You can see.
I can see.
Why so skinny? But when these songs came out and they were starting to pump on radio, people thought it related to what happened. No, I'm not that person. I don't waste my time on negativity. I don't.
Yes, sir.
What I can tell you, it happened, and I asked my God, why is it happening? And he answered me, my son, that part was meant to be. Focus on what you are doing. Remember, I'm an artist, I'm a legend, I'm a veteran. I've been there for 20 to 25 years. Now I'm turning 30 in the music industry. You need to celebrate me.
We're going to celebrate it, definitely.
I remember that. You understand? So people are starting to weigh these things. But I have to be clear. Don't weigh them, don't compare them, because they are not comparable. You understand? You don't compare with somebody. I always tell them, somebody you can't shake them, you can't touch them. They are meant to be.
Yes, sir.
So this is why I was not shakeable. Is because I'm too strong when it comes to praying. And my wife is a prayer warrior also.
Yes, sir.
She would pray with me, under my husband, don't be shaken. This is life. That's the path which was meant to be. Yes, but if you are not a wife, a knife, yes. should be far now.
You've done it.
You understand? My man, I've got a queen here.
Yes, sir.
And I'm very strong.
But Rafi, how do they deal with your name being put up on social media? Because no one missed it. Everyone saw it. And it looks, and I'm really happy. Like when I called you, I don't know what I was expecting, but I know you're a stand-up guy. But the first time I called you, and you're like, no, whenever you want to talk. And I had been wanting to talk to you before the issue came up, but I also thought, this would be an opportunity for whatever, because I know you're a fair guy. If you wanted to speak your piece, you could speak it on here. No.
So I'm gonna dodge scar till I nail, but hey, I'm here now. Like I'm saying, it is done. It's water under the bridge. But to my loyal friends, my people out there, what God decides. Sometimes you go through the challenge because it's a land of temptations. Like it or not. And how can was not amen. I'm telling you, I would trip. He tried that on me. He failed. Because if he didn't fail, I'm going to say, I knew that hook. You can't leave it out because it happened and you couldn't ignore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'm saying, my brother, it is done, and I pray to God. I don't want to see my colleague like you going through that path. It's not a good path. You understand? It's not a good path.
Police because so it's never a good feeling.
Yes.
Hey,
but I was having a movie scene.
So have you ever
no, it was nothing political.
Okay, back in the day, did you ever perform for? I'm not trying to link them, but I'm just saying it's a new Botswana, it's a new party. How do you feel about the change in government as a musician who has seen different administrations, but not a lot of things changing for Rona? So how about what do you think about it?
But I'm one person who believes in faith, not sight. Because the last statement the president said about the music industry,
blind.
And my prayer is he should say it and act on it with the guidance of God, and we pray that God should give him wisdom to see the impact we can do in the country. He must see that not from a distance, but it's one man already. And my prayer is, let change, not just change the other side. I change also so that we can change. Because we are fed up of this starvation. Understand? Yeah, but I'm telling you, the change I see. I believe in. I'm a man of faith. Not I don't. Wisdom. They will come back to us. Yes,
who are the top 5 Afro-pop groups in Botswana right now, apart from yourself? Afro groups and Afro artists. Solo artistic and group. Margabata 5 right now. This is the future of this music. As someone who originated it in BW, I give my stamp of approval.
There's Hansi. That one you can't ignore.
What makes him special? What do you think is so special about Hansi?
The boy is unique. He's keeping his line. He has got that uniqueness where Miss Atlanta can say, because we want to share the state. No, kido talangana and one thing about him, he knows what he's doing. And he knows what he wants in the music industry. Only that persistence, you understand?
Blind.
Yeah. We born about it. My boy, the short put, my main man, Bezibo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that one there, he's taking Afro-pop to another level.
Yes, sir.
And he's not looking back.
Yes, sir.
And I always give example, Kabonekire. House and Sabon, you don't make a mistake. Go back to the Afro-pop guys and look within. You'll get your service done.
Yes, sir.
Then comes in my boy, Kalahari.
Yes, sir. All day.
The boy has learned from the gurus and he's keeping his line.
Yes.
Because when he changed his gender, people thought, wow, Sekam.
Yes.
he saw what he saw in diverting a bit from the line he started with.
Yeah.
Because I asked him when I fused stuff for a bit of Mpatanga. Then he said, let me just fuse. And he's working for him. Because every time I share a stage with him, he's one guy who convinces women more. I'm telling you, all artists, 1,000. You are expecting close to 750 men to come to the show.
Yes, sir.
That's business. This one is a fact.
Yes, sir.
And then comes in my boy.
That's some good advice. Even in hip hop, if the girls don't like the song,
why?
Why? So yeah, you have to
that's the secret.
Get the girls to get the guys to pay.
Exactly, that's music. And then comes in my boy, Scavenger, aka Kabelo. The boy, like I was telling you, in right now, he's making waves.
He's the biggest guy right now.
He's the biggest guy now.
Yeah.
Remember 4. There's a young man coming up. There's a young boy coming up, and South Africa brought too much. We kept in liquid.
Okay.
He has fused Afro-pop with a bit of this Limpopo kind of beat.
Oh Lord, Lukompo.
Yeah, Lukompo. Beat fast nyana.
Beat fast.
Beats Afro-pop. And then, and I've counted 5.
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you, if these guys can keep on holding on to Afro-pop like that, we'll have more upcoming coming.
You left out Khoisan. You left out Khoisan.
Yeah. Hey, number 6 here.
You can make
Let me tell you something about Khoisan. I will tell you now. But 12 midnight, and I'm telling you, the combination they have, it's unbreakable.
What is with the writing? Like, what do you think has gotten better writing Afro-pop these days? Like, much more deeper. I don't know. What do you think is different writing? I mean, the instruments are way better because there's more producers. Hence he's writing, Khoisan's writing. You know what I mean? You were one of the only few little tag were standing out. What do you think these youngsters are doing differently?
The youngsters, what they do now, which is happening and working for them, it's mostly I'll tell you one thing in a song. Don't try to reason or a story from A to Z. Client I look at the touch. The secret to whatever to man Spirit is one hell. Get a hook, after a hook, do your verse and the chorus, and that's it. Oscar, stage no. Because the secret to the industry is to sing along. If you listen to Scavenger, you listen to Bohan, Sebakanyana, they've got that hook we are in, just sing along. You understand? That's the secret behind music. Don't narrate the whole story. I'm not reading a novel here. I'm here to watch you. 15 minutes is a song you are done, and I should feel happy. And how can I paying? It should stick here.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
That's the secret. Take it done.
I feel you. That's a free game. Get a hook, hook them, and get something to sing along. Say like I think Hensi is doing very brilliantly.
He's very good with that.
Very, very good at that.
That's his secret.
Definitely.
Have a sing along. I want to sing along, and I'm telling you. And then you have the elders in singing along that song. You are there to stay.
I love it. Let's talk a little bit about, closing it up. We'll get to them just now. I want to talk about your spirituality. Let's change. I'm
an apostle of God.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing. The gift that God gave me now, it's more on the musical side.
Yes, sir.
You invite me to a church. I'm not good in speaking in tongues, but I'll deliver you through music.
Worship.
Yeah. Another thing that I've realized about myself, I don't know, maybe this is a calling. I'm very good at motivating people who are about to give up. You sit down with me, I will tell you, my brother, this is A and this is B, and these are two different things. You can't mix them. That's the mistake we make in life. Don't mix. This is a mix. How can I mix oil?
Yes, sir.
So, being an apostle in the sense that I believe too much in what God has given me.
Yes, sir.
I'm not selfish in what I don't have.
Yes, sir.
And I'm one person who would admire you for what you have. Abigail, if God can bless me, 25 years, and he's still going strong.
Yes, sir.
God, how about me? You understand? Because My man, Botswana, I will tell you one thing. Botswana, we have got the best stars in Africa. Because one thing I've learned, when you take one artist, a hip hop, be it America or Zimbabwe, whatever, woman stage about faith, and then you bring my man here. I'm not saying this because I'm close to him now. You bring Scar on stage. Check out the crowd response. These guys are given thousands and thousands of pullers. I don't even know if Balo takes you about taxi.
I don't think so. Or maybe the new Romente. You know, that is a permit as well. Let's try to make sure that the difference between Yole is not too big, because now it's becoming ridiculous. How are you going to give someone 10,000 pula and then you give another person 150,000 pula to go out?
Like you one, my boy once made a sample. And it worked.
That's the only way to
his
do
loyal
it.
fans said, we are not going to the event unless you call this guy.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
I'm not afraid to say his name. His name is ATI.
No, Ati doesn't play those games.
He told him, if you are paying this person this much, I'm not going there until it's all I get paid now. Can you get it?
Huh? No, and he's a different type.
Yeah.
And he's a completely different type.
Yeah, no, and he knew what he's a hook.
Yeah.
His people will go with him. And they did.
Wow, man.
So that we are saying we need protection from the new face. You understand?
Yes, sir.
This new face, I change it, but attention as because I'm telling you, we can bring a lot of money to this country.
Definitely.
We can bring a lot of money to this country. Trust me.
Love it. Big homie. And yo, that's how we shut it down. How want to get some more but any last words to your fans and I mean, it's been a couple of years and you still get a lot of love. What would you like to say to them? And do you have any intentions a one-man show? And I mean, everyone is doing those these days, so I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, I would say to my fans out there, my family, my beautiful wife, and Batswana Kakaretso, you know, I'm very happy for the support I'm getting, and I'm going stronger because Astley Gops is nobody without them. That's what is a fact. I can make it on my own. You can't. I've made it where I am now with the help support the family. I made the defendants. I made about but now so one. For you know, promoters should understand us and give us the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, sir.
Let them try us and see if we can deliver.
Yeah.
Because now I'm somebody who accepts a challenge.
Yes, sir.
I know I'm the best.
Yes, sir.
And I can deliver.
Yes, sir.
So about fechono deliver, and then the new phase that has come in, about her attention. But lastly, right now I've got a project I'm working on. It's called the Tanyan Cultural Festival. Okay. It's an event whereby I'm fusing in Barankana, Afro-pop, and my dream is to see myself networking with South Africa, Namibia, Lesotho, you know, Zambia, so that they bring the culture to Botswana. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Right now, as you know, I'm busy fighting with sponsors. It was supposed to happen last year. Okay. It didn't happen because of the challenges of command. Yeah. But this year, my plan and my prayer is for God to open doors for it. Whole year July. The Tanyan Cultural Festival. That's my dream, baby. No. Yes, sir.
How do they? That's another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Or how do we have the same type of looking name in different parts of the country? I've been confused.
No, we are confused because sometimes when you put up a post on Facebook or I'm doing something, for example, they think what are the Thai? They start asking questions. How long do I am already? Can I even talk to
Oh, the one with the pretty girls.
Yeah. We have got pretty women there, and we have got handsome guys like me. And that's the only village in
Oh, goodness.
And the most street lights.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We appreciate you so much, Astley Gops. And we look forward to more music. And there's no age limit to music.
No.
Like, right now, there's a lot of people who use that thing as an excuse for it. Don't follow this person, don't follow this person because they're old.
No.
I don't know what. I think the aim is to get old.
Yeah.
The aim is to get some numbers under you. So hopefully you guys will get as old as us one day. Big homie. And we look forward to more music. Guys, that's our show. We'll check you out again next week, Wednesday, right here on the PODI-CAST. Remember to subscribe and like the page. It's the Local Corner Multimedia YouTube channel. And also, come out to News Cafe, guys. Our meals is here. I got myself a T-bone steak filet. The brother has himself a barbecue burger. Aroma fasting.
Yeah, but it's a burger fast today.
No, okay. Remember, come through for the rush hour, which happens between 2 and 6 p.m. every single day, right here. You can have your meetings and have yourself some biscuit dubouché. Or you can have yourself some of the cocktails that they have here. Big homie, legamos.
Nice one. Thank you for support. This is a big marriage for me.
Thank you so much.
I'm born again.
No, right to
me. Thanks to you, my man.
Remember to follow and click onto the Ponesa link right here. Buy yourself some mutakasi, buy yourself some airtime from all of the telecom companies. I'm your host, SCAR. I'm out of here. Peace.
People of different identities. Podcast with PODI-CAST.